If you ever watched Doraemon as a kid, you might remember that odd creature known as the kappa. It wasn't something invented just for animation. The kappa actually comes from old Japanese folklore. In traditional stories, it's described as something like a massive turtle, but with a sinister edge. According to legend, the kappa enjoyed dragging children and unsuspecting swimmers into rivers, drowning them before devouring them. Now picture this. What if a creature that inspired those tales once truly roamed the earth? During the age of dinosaurs, there was a real marine turtle called Archelon. This wasn't fantasy. It remains the largest turtle ever discovered, stretching up to 15 feet in length, about the size of a small car like a Honda City. Even more unsettling is how closely its features resemble the mythical kappa. Archelon had an enormous, sharp beak capable of crushing the shells of marine prey with ease. So it's possible that stories of the kappa were echoes of something ancient that once lived in our oceans. Number 7, Naken. Among Scandinavian legends, few water spirits are as chilling as the Naken. Folklore from Sweden and Norway places him in icy rivers and shadowy lakes. He is said to appear as an attractive man gently playing a haunting melody on a violin, luring listeners closer to the shore. But that charm is a trap. The music clouds your thoughts, and anyone who follows it risks being pulled beneath the surface. Many stories claim he can shift his appearance. Sometimes he looks like a pale figure with glowing eyes, other times a slick, weed-covered being rising from the depths. In certain tales, he even transforms into a dark horse waiting at the water's edge, ready to carry victims straight into the lake. Villagers believed protection was possible. Tossing iron into the water, like a coin or a blade, was thought to repel him, as he supposedly despised the metal. One old legend tells of a young girl who heard violin music drifting across a lake. She walked toward it as if under a spell and was never seen again. But there's another side to the story. In earlier versions of the myth, the Naken wasn't always malicious. Sometimes his music served as a warning. When storms approached or when ice grew dangerously thin, his melody would turn sharp and frantic. People believed this was a signal that the water was about to claim someone's life. So perhaps the Naken isn't only a predator. Maybe he's also a guardian voice trying to warn people before disaster strikes. Number 6, the Bunyip. Deep within Australia's swamps and billabongs lives one of its most unsettling legends. Aboriginal traditions speak of a creature that lurks near waterholes, waiting silently. Some accounts say it has attacked humans. Descriptions vary wildly. Some portray it as a massive animal resembling a wombat twisted into something far more terrifying. Others describe it as a dark, seal-like beast whose piercing scream could paralyze anyone who heard it. Today, many dismiss the Bunyip as nothing more than folklore. But consider this, around 65,000 years ago, when the first humans arrived in Australia, they encountered a land filled with formidable megafauna. Giant reptiles like Megalania roamed the terrain. Carnivorous marsupials such as Thylacoleo stalked the forests. Even enormous herbivores like Diprotodon, a wombat the size of a car, left behind strange tracks and bones. It's possible early inhabitants saw these animals, or uncovered their remains, and passed down stories shaped by memory and fear. Some may have heard eerie cries from seals stranded land after floods and imagined something monstrous hiding in the wetlands. So is the Bunyip real? In a sense, yes, but perhaps not as a single creature. Its legend may be rooted in genuine prehistoric beasts that once dominated Australia, whose presence still lingers in the imagination. Number 5, the Julia Sound. On March 1, 1999, NOAA hydrophones positioned near Antarctica recorded an unusual underwater noise lasting nearly 3 minutes. Using triangulation, scientists traced its origin to a remote region between the Bransfield Strait and Cape Adare. What made it remarkable was its reach. The sound traveled over 3,000 miles. Its intensity exceeded 190 decibels underwater, louder than a jet engine, suggesting an enormous source. Yet no one saw anything. With no visual confirmation, speculation filled the gap. Online communities dubbed the mysterious source the Julia Beast, imagining a 250-foot creature racing through the depths toward the Mariana Trench. None of those details were supported by evidence, but the story spread quickly. Scientists later proposed a far less dramatic explanation. In 2008, researchers demonstrated that a massive iceberg scraping along the ocean floor could produce the same type of Ultra-low frequency signal. These so-called icequakes are powerful enough to echo across entire ocean basins. The iceberg theory matches the available data. Still, only about 20% of the seafloor has been mapped. No satellite captured the exact event, and no vessel reported anything unusual that day. All that remains is a single recording. So did the Julia beast exist? Most evidence points to shifting ice rather than a monster. But one unexplained sound in the vast darkness of the ocean is enough to keep the legend alive. Number 4, Lusca. There are regions of the ocean so deep that sunlight never reaches them. In the Caribbean, Blue Hole's ancient vertical caves descend so far that divers say it feels like falling through emptiness. Locals insist these voids are not vacant, they believe something inhabits them. A creature known as Lusca. Some describe it as half shark, half octopus. Others claim it resembles a giant squid with jaws like a crocodile. Enormous, swift, and silent, it moves like a shadow that understands the water better than anything else. Fishermen across the Bahamas, Cuba, and Jamaica share similar warnings. If something pulls you into a blue hole, there are no signs, no blood, no bubbles, no return. Scientists attribute the strange whirlpools in these areas to natural tidal currents, but residents disagree. They say the spinning begins only when the creature awakens, as if the sea itself is breathing. Lusca is rarely glimpsed. Perhaps a fleeting tentacle, a sudden tug, or a lone flashlight drifting in darkness. In 2019, a research drone descended into a blue hole near Long Island. It reached 90 meters before its signal distorted, as though something immense circled nearby. The last image captured wasn't a beast, but a smooth tunnel stretching deeper than the drone could explore. Locals weren't surprised. They believe Lusca doesn't remain in one place, it travels through an underground network linking these holes, moving through passages humans have yet to chart. Maybe it's seldom seen not because it hides, but because it can slip away instantly. A flash, a pull, silence. Gone. It may not be the world's most famous sea monster, but in the Caribbean, it's the one people fear most. Number 3, Mokelmbembe. You've likely heard of the Loch Ness Monster, but deep within the Congo rainforest lies a legend just as mysterious. For generations, local tribes have spoken of a creature they call Mokelmbembe. Some explorers claim sightings as well. They describe an animal with a long neck resembling a dinosaur, specifically something like a sauropod. Not gigantic, but medium-sized, peaceful, and plant-eating. Then there are reports of enormous footprints nearly 3 feet long discovered in remote jungle areas. It sounds impossible. After all, science tells us non-avian dinosaurs vanished 66 million years ago. So how could such a being survive? That's the puzzle. Maybe it isn't a dinosaur at all. Some suggest it could resemble Chalicotherium, an unusual long-necked mammal that went extinct relatively recently. Perhaps a small population survived in isolation. The Congo rainforest is immense and still largely unexplored, almost like the Amazon's mysterious twin. In a landscape that vast and hidden, even unlikely, possibilities can feel believable. Number 2, Charybdis. Most sea monsters attack with fangs or claws. Charybdis devoured the ocean itself. In Greek mythology, she dwelled beneath the waters of the Strait of Messina, concealed under a jagged rock. Across from her lurked Scylla, a creature with snapping jaws. Sailors navigating between them had to choose their peril. Stray too near Scylla and you'd be torn apart. Drift toward Charybdis and your entire ship could disappear into a swirling vortex. She didn't chase prey, she simply waited. Legends say Charybdis swallowed immense quantities of seawater, holding it briefly before expelling it in a furious whirlpool, powerful enough to drag vessels into the depths. Heroes like Odysseus and Jason encountered her, and many sailors were not as fortunate. Some ancient storytellers imagined her as a colossal sea serpent whose endless thirst controlled the tides. Modern science offers a calmer explanation. The whirlpools in that strait are real but relatively harmless, formed by colliding currents. They can endanger small boats in rough weather, yet they fall far short of the myth's terror. So why did sailors believe? Perhaps the danger felt larger than life, or perhaps something occurred there that no one survived long enough to describe. Number 1, Yakomama. Deep in the Amazon basin, there are stretches of river where everything suddenly falls silent. Then, without warning, boats are pulled under. Locals insist it isn't just the current, it's something living. They call it Yakomama, the mother of the waters. For thousands of years, the Quechua people have warned travelers to steer clear of certain bends in the river. Their stories speak of a massive serpent gliding beneath the surface, like a moving shadow. In these accounts, Yakamama can exceed 30 meters in length, with a thick body and horned head, powerful enough to create whirlpools that overturn canoes in moments. These weren't bedtime stories. Early explorers recorded similar experiences. Calm water suddenly surging upward as if displaced by something enormous below. Some claimed to glimpse a long form sliding past, far larger than any known anaconda. So what could it be? Scientists point to prehistoric giants. Titanoboa grew over 40 feet long, and Paleothus stretched even farther in ancient coastal waters near South America. Even today, rare anacondas exceeding 25 feet are occasionally reported. Most sightings occur in the deepest, most remote parts of the rainforest. So when fishermen describe sonar detecting massive shapes, or when boats vanish without signs of rapids or piranhas, questions arise. Could something truly gigantic still inhabit those waters? There's no proof Yakamama exists, but there's no proof it doesn't. If any enormous serpent were to survive unseen, the Amazon would be the perfect place. And yet, Yakamama may not be the greatest mystery of all. Some sea creatures have evidence that goes beyond legend. So click here to watch the next part and discover the ones that were undeniably real.